In 2017, World Athletics, in their effort to improve the credibility of the sport, decided to create an independent group known as the Athletic Integrity Unit. The AIU's strong mantra was to remove all cheaters from the sport, and in their 5-year reign, they have not held up one bit. In addition to drug testing, they would ensure that the whereabouts policy was strongly in effect. Currently, there are over 300 athletes still under sanctions by the AIU, and that list continues to grow. One of the latest tragedies is former world youth champion over 400 meters, Christopher Taylor. To be clear, this was not as a result of a positive drug test, but rather violation of the AIU's whereabouts policy. This policy states that all athletes must provide up-to-date information on their whereabouts, given that athletes should make themselves eligible for testing 1 hour a day between 6 a.m. and 11 p.m., 90 days in advance for out-of-competition testing. This violation has led to a 30-month ban for the Jamaican youngster, but like most of those who were in this situation prior, he finds himself at a daunting crossroads. It was revealed that he lost his Puma contract, meaning he is no longer a professional, and he will be unable to pay his coaches, not to mention he will need to get a new job. All this leads to Taylor feeling he no longer has a place in the sport, which given the current circumstances we can all understand. However, there is a distinct issue with that. I believe this would be the absolute worst time for Christopher Taylor to step away. Yes, it is a difficult situation, but many have gone through a similar situation and eventually got to the pinnacle of the sport, which means for someone as talented as him, it is quite possible. The real reason he should not quit, though, is that just 2 years ago, he was in the final of the men's 400 meters at the Olympic Games. Since then, there has been some major shakeup in terms of the quarter-mile scene. A fellow Jamaican is world champion. The former world champion is down to the 100 meters, and the only unbeatable foe is Stephen Gardner, who is rather unlucky in championship years, meaning it is quite possible there is a medal waiting for him in the event. Additionally, his return date would have him return as a more mature athlete, one who has already experienced the 2 major championships, as well as one who is able to convert to become a shorter distance sprinter. He could also use this return to negotiate an even more lucrative contract. It is imperative now that he looks at making the most of this unfortunate situation. Again, it might seem daunting, but there is a possible 400-meter gold to get upon his return. There is also a major gap in Jamaican 200 meters, not to mention leveraging what could be a strong return for a lucrative deal. Currently, it is an unfortunate position to be in, but it comes down to measuring the worth of the rewards in comparison to the risk. And certainly there is a lot less risk involved for someone as young and as talented as the former world youth champion.